Right, then this is a video on what you don't want to plant directly into your garden. Because a lot of the times people will see plants, think, oh, that looks lovely, I'll stick it in my beds. A couple of years later, that's literally the only thing. So the first one here is your Heterohelix or English ivy. It's nice in hanging baskets, and that's probably the only place for it other than like a house plant. So it'll vine upwards and sort of choke out the light from any trees. It'll destroy your trellis, it'll destroy your brickwork, so it sucks the moisture out of the mortar and bricks. It's, like I say, it's a gorgeous plant. It is a native, but it's not something that you really want in your garden. Like in your garden, if you like, because it will take over. It's good ground cover if you've got, like, I don't know, a bit of woodland that you're just trying to fill quickly, but I personally wouldn't plant it anywhere other than, like I say, a hanging basket or something like that, because it probably takes over. Next one is your Crocosmia. I don't have any up at the minute because it's a bit early in the year, but these are the bulbs. Look like little just round things. Comes up usually either bright red or bright orange flowers, and this will absolutely destroy your garden if it's not kept in a container. You will probably see it grown in sort of English cottage style gardens, just massive, looks a bit like grass when it's grown but like bigger, and then like I say, huge orange or red flowers, but this, once it's in, it's in. Only way I've found to get rid of it is by using herbicides, which I don't like to do. Even digging it out takes ages. It even gets, as the bulbs are growing, you can see the split off at the bottom, and it just formed massive sort of woody carpet in wherever it's planted. Again, gorgeous in containers. I'm going to put these in a container, but definitely not in your beds unless that's the only thing you want. Because in, say, about 10 years, you'll have lovely flowers for, I don't know, 3 months out of the year, then just out, just dead looking grass with bulbs. Next one is your mint, or mentha. This is, what we've got here, spearmint. Hasn't got much of a smell because it's still early in the year, but yeah. This started out as this single plant last year, just in here. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3 coming up now. What it does, it spreads via sending its roots out through the soil and just popping up the same way that, what they're called, urticaria or urtica nettles do. So if you plant mint in the ground, it's really prolific as well. So once that's in, like I say, it's in. It's not coming out. Ever. Even if you spray it, it'll come back. Gorgeous plant though. I've got a few varieties down the garden, but I keep all of these in your containers. If it's flowering, cut the flowers off because the seeds propagate fairly readily in good conditions as well. This one's going to be a bit controversial, especially with the bees, but narcissus, daffodils, I would not. Well, you can if your garden's enclosed, if you've got like sort of brick foundations, but they're not really native, and they do escape. Now, I worked at a reserve, Hetton Bogs I think it was, where we were there for 5 days, and all we were doing was digging out daffodils that had overtaken this piece of ancient woodland, that somebody thought, oh, I'll plant them there, they'll look nice, but the really, like you can see there, the amount. So that's old growth with the flowers on, all down there. That wasn't there last spring, so you can see how fast they spread. It's okay in here, because it is sort of the naturey, wildlifey area of the garden. But if you're planting any daffodils, please keep them in pots. They are toxic as well, obviously. Just to be nice. But anything, I would say really any bulbs other than the likes of your crocus and muscari, galanthus, I definitely keep them in containers. Unless you just want a whole yellowback garden, which would look nice, but they don't last very long. Honourable mention as well to bamboo. The fastest growing grass in the world. I don't have any on site, and none of my gardens have bamboo in them, like my customers' gardens, because most of the people I work for know this type of thing. Bamboo, same as mint, same as, well, any grass really, does spread via seed and it spreads via putting runners out as well. So if you've got bamboo in, you've got bamboo in. There's no... I've had some success with cutting it down in stem injection with glyphosate, but again, it's just, what, like, don't take the risk. It's a really good architectural plant, but with it being non-native, it doesn't really have any predators, so it just takes over. If you cut yourself on bamboo, you can get an infection as well. And just, why bother? Like, plant something native or semi-native that isn't going to absolutely ruin your garden, because, like I say, it looks nice, but I wouldn't have it in my garden at all. There you go. There's a bit of dead bamboo to show how much I dislike it. Right, cheers. Nearly forgot, last one is your Cotoneaster. Personally, I wouldn't have it in any garden. It's what I call the like industrial estate plant, because you always see hedges of it. Planting, because it's cheap, grows really fast, it self-seeds like mad. As you can see there with the crocuses underneath, I might just rip the whole thing out, to be honest, but just shades everything out, sucks up far too many nutrients for how nice it is, and it just takes over. Like, that one wasn't there 2 years ago, and you can see the size of my hand compared to it. It's a big lad. Yep, I think he'll be coming out. There's another one under that buddleia I've just pulled out as well, so ideally I would like to get the pair of them out, because they're just not nice really. They're good if you grow bonsai trees. Start a little one off, you can get a really good looking bonsai out of Cotoneaster, but I think really that's the only place it should be. The rubbish, hello little bee. They're just rubbish really. Like, you can't get them if you cut your hedge once every 5 minutes. You can't get a nice looking hedge out of them, but not worth the hassle for me. Right, I think that is potentially it for the plants we have in this garden. I can't say anything else about. No. Right, that's me done. Well, I didn't plant any of these.